Hey guys, welcome to Living Off-Road Life. So today we're working on a 1999 Jeep Cherokee. We're going to figure out why it's overheating. So it may be the water pump. He's been told by a couple people it could be the head gasket. So we're going to check that out today. So far there is no water in the oil. It's not milky, there's no bubbles, any of that stuff. It's got no coolant leak, there's no moisture coming out the tailpipe. So I got a little thing we're going to put on there. We're going to see if there's any combustion chamber gases that are getting into the cooling system, and then we'll go from there. So there's a couple different ways that we can go about this. I do have a infrared thermometer. We can shoot the radiator hoses and make sure that the coolant is in fact actually moving. You can do a leak down test, which may reveal it as well. But as far as for checking for combustion gaskets, and by no means am I associated with, we do have this tool here, made by Lisle. It's a combustion leak detector. So all you do is you take this little cylinder, you put it over top of the inlet for the radiator, you pour the liquid in there, and if it changes colors, it's because it's getting combustion gas into the radiator. So, alright, we'll set it up. We'll get right back to you. Alright, sorry guys, so the background noise was a little bit much, but we've already got the vacuum hose hooked up to the intake. If you don't have a port on your intake, you can actually hook it up to a hand pump and draw it through. It's been running for about 10 minutes. It's up to temperature. And so we've had the tester on there for a little bit over 2 minutes already. You can see that the fluid is still blue. If it would have turned yellow, that would have meant that it had a blown head gasket, that the exhaust fumes were getting up and into the cooling system. So obviously, it doesn't look like it's a head gasket. All right, guys. So where we left off was we checked the hydrocarbons. There was no hydrocarbons in the coolant. So once again, there was no coolant in the oil. It's not leaking coolant out of the head, and there's no steam coming out the exhaust. So the shop had told the guy that, you know, they had a blown head gasket, but none of the signs actually pointed towards that, other than the fact that it was overheating. So we did do the test. We checked it out. It was actually, when it came, it was still overheating, but the new thermostat that he had put in it actually wound up that it was bad. Let's see what's cooking. Huh. Looks hot. $197, $198. Doesn't look like it's open very far. So we got a new thermostat, we threw it in there, we tested it. It wasn't exceeding 233, but 233, anybody that knows a Jeep knows that that's not where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be at 210 degrees. Most of them stay at 210. Some of them a little bit less. 210 is pretty average for a Jeep, especially a 4.0 or a 2.5 for that matter. So we went ahead and looked into it a little bit further, checked with the infrared, came to the conclusion we thought that it was the water pump. When you hit the gas, the coolant temperature would come down and the heat inside would actually heat up. So we knew we had all the air out, so that led us to believe there was a good chance it was a water pump. We take the water pump out, and this is what we wound up with. So you can see the water pump was the whole issue the entire time. The new thermostat was obviously bad, so that kept us from getting our testing done, and everything's good to go now. So, but yeah, these are just a few of the ways that you can check and try to locate why your Jeep is overheating. A lot of things that I check right off the bat, though, besides before I even go to checking for the head gasket, is I'll run it and then make sure that the temperature is actually flowing using the infrared. I'll check to make sure that there's not gas coming up out of the radiator, obviously, like we did. Looking for combustion gases. The number one thing to check is that the fans are coming on, and that since it does have a clutch fan, the clutch fan is not spinning freely. There should be some resistance there. When you spin it, it shouldn't just completely spin around. And then the other thing that I check is that make sure that the hoses are not collapsed. So I'll obviously do I'll check it visually, but I'll climb underneath and check, especially because one of the big ones is there's a 45-degree underneath on these where it comes over the frame and then comes back up and into the water pump. Right there, that section will get gummy. It acts like a valve. It'll suck shut, cause it to overheat. So, all right, guys. Any questions or anything else? Feel free to comment below. Any ideas for videos in the future, let me know. Heck, if you got complaints about my videos, I don't care, comment. You're more than welcome to say whatever you want. Tell us what you want to see. Hopefully we'll talk to you in the future. Make sure you hit that like button. We'll talk to you soon.